but you haven't heard the end of it. Because if you take it off the table, don't worry about it. You go back to the language of 2015 and 2011, same language. What about the administration? What about the Social Security Administration? You would say that this also for the Social Security Administration? I mean, they got to get paid. They got to do their job, continue to do their job. Or do you want to eliminate the administration, the Social Security Administration?
So, sir, the questions of what I want, since that's outside the scope, but I will address the preceding portion. Nothing in this text prohibits the payment of obligations related to the processing of Social Security benefits. Generally, those administrative costs for the processing and payment of Social Security benefits are covered by the Social Security trust funds, which this provides the authority to borrow and redeem to.
Well, you've said multiple times that nothing in the legislation prevents. And I find that to be very, very interesting in terms of you're placing before us legislation, not you personally, but you're placing before us specific legislation to ease our minds about default. You have not in any way, I want you to know this is not your fault. You're only here to do your technical job. Thank you for doing that. But you have no idea.
This is the official definition of vaccine hesitancy, according to the World Health Organization. But it's become a catch-all to broadly describe the...
I'm not a ventriloquist, that's something else.
Hesitancy can mean 10 different...
But you can't guarantee us anything. And that's not because you're inadequate, it's because we are inadequate. And for such a critical issue, and I'll end on this point, such a critical issue we're talking about, I mean, this is the whole ball of wax for the next 2 years. I believe that this is going to be a critical issue in the campaign next year. That's what I personally believe. That's only my belief. It's going to be a humdinger.
Good afternoon, friends. I have an important announcement. The Internal Revenue Service has some new information for all Americans that plan on receiving a tax rebate check this year. Millions of Americans are finally receiving their bonus relief payments from the government, and these payments are often worth over $1,500. My friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, I will be announcing 2 more winners next Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, simply click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances, my friends, of winning the giveaways. If you're not one of the nearly 55 million Americans who've already filed their income tax returns this year, you might want to get started. You have about 4.5 weeks to get it complete, and it takes the average taxpayer about 13 hours to complete the task. There are several reasons to file your taxes early, but getting them finished on time is even more important. Filing your taxes late is one of the worst tax mistakes you can make. Relatively significant changes to a number of different tax rules have gone into effect this year. Before you hit send on your electronic filing this year, or drop off your paper return at the post office, please be aware of these details from the Internal Revenue Service. So inflation may have wreaked havoc on American budgets and even the stock market in 2022. But for tax filers, there is at least one silver lining. Every year, the IRS adjusts tax brackets and deduction levels upwards based on the prior year's rate of inflation. For tax year 2023, this means that the standard deduction for singles is $13,850. That is up from $12,950. While joint filers will enjoy a bump of $1,800 in their standard deduction to $27,700. In years past, those who paid mortgage insurance, typically required for down payments smaller than 20%, were able to deduct the premium amount. For tax year 2022, that provision has been eliminated. Qualifying charitable contributions are tax deductible, but in most tax years, you must itemize in order to claim any benefit. This temporarily changed in tax year 2021, as the IRS allowed an above-the-line deduction of up to $300 for singles or $600 for joint filers. However, this special tax break was not extended for tax year 2022. In some years, the IRS extends a tax filing date for states that have undergone major disasters. For tax year 2022, this extension applies to most California residents and those living in some parts of Alabama and Georgia. Originally, the extension was granted until May 15, 2023, but it has since been further extended to October 16, 2023. Importantly, this extension also applies to IRA and health savings account contributions for tax year 2022. So friends, please let me know in the comment section below if you have not filed your taxes this year. The past two tax filing seasons were fraught with aggravations, delays, last-minute changes, and huge backlogs at the Internal Revenue Service. But tax preparers say that by comparison, this year's tax filing season has been going relatively smooth. The National Association of Tax Preparers said in a statement, "After a few years of crisis-related updates, mid-tax season IRS guidance, last-minute tax law changes, and more, the quiet is a welcome change to many." Indeed, the most recent filing season statistics from the IRS indicates more returns are being processed and more refunds are being issued than at the same point last year. So, for example, the Internal Revenue Service reports that as of the week ending March 3rd, it has sent out 11% more refunds than it had during the same week 1 year ago. Even though the IRS has processed more refunds at this point, the average refund this year, as expected, is smaller, which is down 12% to $3,028 from the same period last year. That is because crisis relief measures that boosted refunds in the past 2 years have expired. A return to a more normal tax filing season does not mean that tax preparers and their clients are getting all the guidance that they need. The IRS this year is doing a much better job of responding to calls from preparers and tax filers. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told the Senate Finance Committee this week that the Internal Revenue Service has been answering 80% to 90% of incoming calls in any given week this tax filing season. That is up from 13% last year. She also noted that's thanks in large part to the agency being able to add 5,000 new customer service representatives. Well, my beautiful and most dearest friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this afternoon. Thank you so much, friends, for being part of this community and for joining me here every single day. The two winners of yesterday's Walmart gift card giveaway is Tina Hawley and Pauline Serini. Congratulations, my friends! To claim your gift card, please check your notifications page and send me a message. Or you could message me on my Facebook page. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed weekend.